Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Wednesday night, just finally getting around to making a video. I know I usually make them in the mornings. Let's talk about a couple things that can help you in meetings, say for example in business meetings. Let's talk about posture. That's the first thing I want to talk about. Have good posture. Now this may mean that you have to start doing a regular regimen of push-ups, do burpees, do them every day. Go to the gym and start doing some strength training. You don't have to be a bodybuilder, but you want to have good posture. Now, your good posture is basically going to look like shoulders down and back, chest out. Think about Superman when he rips open, Clark Kent rips open his shirt to the S. That's your position that you want your chest to be in. You can even do that like you're Superman and just drop your arms. That's where you want to be. Shoulders down and back, chin high. That's how you walk into any room. That's how you walk in to get your promotion. That's how you walk in to get fired. That's how you walk in to meet the boss for the first time. That's how you enter any room, especially in a business scenario. Be tight, professional. You know, you want to be clean cut, dress nice, that kind of thing. Be taken serious. Be a serious individual, especially at work. You guys that play games all the time at work, you don't get raises. You'll stay in that position for the rest of your life. You're not serious. I can't really trust somebody who's not serious. Somebody who plays games all the time. I need a serious motherfucker on my team. Posture is really important. I've had women compliment me on my posture, and I didn't know that was something that women look for. A sign of a weak man, a broken man, a loser. There's going to be a guy who's got poor posture. It's basically just kind of alpha male stuff. Posture is important. You may have to stand up against a wall for 20 minutes a night and just prop yourself up against a wall and just feel like what it would feel like to be upright. For the first time, wow, Jesus Christ, I'm looking around. A lot of you spend your whole life hunched over and down. Posture also, having good posture affects your mentality, affects your positive mindset. It's hard to be positive. Excuse me. Let me put it the other way. It's hard to be negative when you're in your good posture. You can actually play around with this, and if you have bad posture, you can almost induce depression and anxiety because it's a posture of weakness. You're inducing weakness into your system through poor posture, and you can force yourself to start thinking negatively. If you find yourself running through constant negative thought patterns, there may be a lot going on there, but one easy thing that you can check, do a self-diagnostic check and be like, wow, I'm really fucking stressed today, I'm having a hard time today, I'm triggered today, whatever it is. Start noticing your posture and correct yourself. You may have to do this 20 times a day and get into your perfect posture over and over and over again. And finally, you'll get the hang of it, especially if you're adding some strength training. So posture is important. Another thing that's going to help you with social interactions, particularly in business, is going to be always look somebody in the eye. Eye contact is key. It doesn't matter who you're talking to. Somebody who's below you, if you're a manager, or somebody who's above you, your boss, whoever. Always make eye contact and keep that eye contact. If you're talking and you're not looking at somebody, they may not really be understanding how serious you are, how important this is, how necessary it is for them to catch what you're saying. That eye contact, you can really capture somebody, really make somebody understand. When you're serious, what do? You want eye contact. You parents know this. When you're scolding your kid and he's been real bad. I think he did something real fucked up, that little brat. And you're sitting there saying, you know, son, you may tell him, look at me when I'm talking to you, boy. Your father may have said that to you at one point in your life when you were being a brat. You nasty little brat, causing your father all that stress. And he may have been yelling at you. And the reason why he wants you to look at him, because it's a sign of respect, but also it gets the message home. You can see how serious of a situation is. You can really, and it's not just intimidation. It's really driving the point home. So when you talk, when you're communicating, eye contact is important, especially in introductions. When you say your name and you've extended your hand to shake people's hand, have a good firm handshake. You really make an impact on somebody as opposed to walking in and just being like, hey. You know? And then you go home and complain to your wife how you feel invisible with your poor posture and your weak little handshake, and you don't ever really look nobody in the eye. Two things that you can do in business meetings, particularly with any kind of social interaction in business, is get right to the point when you're talking. Don't beat around the bush. You don't have to explain some backstory. Get right to the point. Especially if you're talking about money. Oh, it drives me crazy. Somebody's going to run their mouth. We're talking about money. Just get to the numbers, buddy. Let's get to it. Let's get to the deal. Let's just get this fucking deal going. I don't need all the stroking and all your sales bullshit. Just get to it. So it's important to get right down to business, especially if you're talking to your boss. People that have lots of money and little time, their time is money. Get right to the point with one of those types of guys. You will lose their attention quick with all your, well, you see what happened is, just get to it, man. So get to the point, speak directly. And another thing that you can do, and we'll end here, I could go on with this, rambling on about this stuff for an hour. I should write a book about this. But another thing that you can do is listen. Listen. Especially when you're talking to bosses, managers. Listen. It does get annoying sometimes when I get an employee who won't shut the fuck up for a second. And they get into this machine gun mode where they're just running their fucking mouth. You just want to be like, shut up, shut up, shut up. So listen, and actually listen. And a skill that you can, a habit you can get into to learn listening as a skill is to repeat back what you think you heard. So instead of just being like, yes sir boss, and then running off, take the time and repeat back what you heard. And if they feel, if you get any kind of pushback, you may have a bad boss. You can tell them, you can snap back and say, you want me to do this or not? Well, I need to understand what it is. So this is what I think I understand. And then you tell them back what you think, what you thought you understood. And if they say, no, that's not it, put on your little listening ears and shut your little motor mouth and listen, and then do it again. And you will go through that back and forth, trying to solidify what is it that you actually want me to do until you get that order correct. This will absolutely make your life easier. You will perform better. You'll learn to communicate with superiors, but you'll do this same type of thing with the people that are below you or even on the same level as you, with your teammates. Be very clear. Listen. Use some of these skills that will help you. Food for thought.